My dear students, today I am going to discuss maths. This point, why compound interest is always greater than simple interest. So this is important for class 6, class 7, class 8, class 9, class 10, then for various selection tests for jobs or some entrance exam. Now let me explain it with a concrete example. Why compound interest is always greater than simple interest. Now suppose for this example, principal is rupees 1000, time period 2 years and rate of interest 5%. So this 1000 rupees money borrowed or investment for 2 years and interest calculated at what rate? 5% per annum, that is annually. Using simple interest formula PTR by 100, we get simple interest equal to P into T into R by 100, we get 100 rupees. So 100 rupees is the simple interest. Now using compound interest formula, we do this way. What is the compound interest formula? Compound interest equal to A minus P, amount minus principal. Now this is the formula for amount, P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T minus P, principal. So this T is time period. Now in this case, P is 1000, 1, R is 5, T is 2, P is 1000. So go on calculating. Calculation should be done correctly. Finally we come to 102.50. So compound interest is 102.50, simple interest is 100 on the same principal, same time period and same rate of interest. So you see, compare compound interest, this is greater than simple interest 100. Okay, so we come to this conclusion. Compound interest is always greater than simple interest on the same principal for the same time period and at the same rate of interest. Alright. Now how this compound interest has come to be 102.50 for this example? Now we did by formula method, but if we do by statement method, it becomes more clear. So let us see by the statement method. The actual reason you will know if you do the sum by statement method. Okay, let us see. Principal for first year is 1000. Now 1000 was the original principal. So that is the principal for first year. Now simple interest for first year. Now you see, we are using the concept of simple interest also while calculating compound interest. So principal for the first year is 1000 and simple interest for the first year is 5% of 1000. This 5% was the rate. So what is 5% of 1000? 50 rupees. Then amount after first year becomes principal plus interest 1000 plus 50, that is 1050. So this 1050 is the amount after first year and that will be the principal for second year. So note this point very carefully. Amount after first year is considered principal for second year. Similarly, we will see amount after second year will be considered principal for third year. Amount after third year will be considered as principal for fourth year. It goes on like that. That means after every time period, what increases? Principal increases. This is the main reason. Okay, let us see the calculation. Amount after first year is what? 1050. Original principal was 1000. Now the principal for second year will be this 1050. Now simple interest for second year, using this principal we get 5% of 1050, so 52.50. So amount after second year will be this principal 1050 plus this interest 5250. So what we get? 1102.50. You follow? Now this is the amount after second year. As I told you before, this will be considered as principal for the third year. But for this example, we stop here because the time period is 2 years. Now the compound interest will be amount minus principal. Now amount is this one. The final amount is what? 1102.50 minus P, original principal is 1000. So compound interest is this final amount minus the original principal, A minus P. So it comes to be 102.50. So this compound interest 102.50 we did by statement method, but here we did by formula method. Now if you do by formula method, the concept doesn't become very clear because here you do not see how the principal increases. But here by this method you clearly see how the principal goes on increasing. So first year principal was 1000, the second year principal is 1050. If you do for third year, the principal will be 1102.50. So you see, after every year principal goes on increasing. This is the reason why the interest also goes on increasing, and finally what we get? Compound interest always greater than simple interest. So what is the reason? Because principal goes on increasing after every time period. So note carefully, in case of compound interest, principal increases after every time period, and this is why compound interest is always greater than simple interest for a given sum of money, for a given time period, and for a given rate of interest. Okay? Alright, we stop here then today.